Hi, I'm Cher Kaufman. Today we're going to talk about gel pens. Now there are three methods to blending gel pens. One uses water, another is just strictly gel pen to gel pen, and the other is glycerin. So for our first method, just as a recap, we have done a video that has a little bit more information on how to do the wet technique of blending with water, but just to show, I prefer that you have a little bit of pencil down. You're going to take a little bit of water on a brush, blot out the extra, and begin to move that in. The next method is gel pen to gel pen. So one of the things to consider with gel pen to gel pen is that you're going to have two gel pens, preferably ones that leave a lot of gel down onto the paper. You're going to put the gel pen down and you want a nice layer, and then you're going to move into your second gel pen and overlap. I like to do little circles. It encourages the gel pen to leave a nice layer. You can just kind of mix those up. So that's one way to create a vignette from gel pen to gel pen. It's just simply to move the two colors together while they are still wet, and they'll blend nicely. The third is using glycerin. Vegetable glycerin can be found in craft stores as well as health food stores. Now glycerin can be used under, over, and mixed with the gel pen itself. I've got a tiny little bit of glycerin right in this little bowl, and I'm going to put glycerin onto my brush, and just like I did with the water, I'm going to get the excess off of the bristles by simply putting a little pressure on the side. And then I'm going to put glycerin down onto the area that I want to put gel pen. What this does is it adds a little bit of a layer onto the paper that begins to, you'll notice a little bit, this is a nice gel pen. Do you see how it begins to feather? What's happening here is that it is acting as a little bit of an agent that attracts water to itself, and we can move it very easily. It becomes very painterly. We can begin to blend those together. And it has this beautiful connection from one color to the other color. The second method is to use glycerin over the top of your gel pens. So we'll do something very similar. We'll add gel pen down. And again, you want to do this while the gel pen is still nice and wet. It'll move it a lot easier. And then you're going to add a little bit of glycerin to your brush. You won't need a lot. I'm going to dab out the extra. And then I'm going to begin to do a little bit of a circular motion to encourage the gel pens to begin to move and meld together. I find that it is easier to get a nice blend if you're doing glycerin under or mixed with the colors together. I have a lot on my brush here. What's nice is that I can actually move to another area with the color that I've picked up with the gel pens and use that to color in an area. The glycerin helps to create a liquidy area. Glycerin will stay wet approximately 60 seconds to 3 minutes, depending on how much you apply and the type of paper that you're using. The third method is to use glycerin mixed with your gel pens. I have a blending palette that's designed for watercolor markers, but it's anything that's going to act like a dry erase board. You can add a little bit of gel pen to that. If you don't have anything like this, you can actually use a piece of tape on a piece of paper and it'll work just the same. You're going to put a little bit of gel pen down onto your tape. If you put it straight into the paper, it's going to soak into the paper. So that's the advantage of putting it on a little bit of a slick surface. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glycerin to my brush, dab out the extra, and then I'm going to turn this into like a paint palette. I can begin to move this onto my paper. Add a little bit of glycerin. What's nice about this is that your gel pens will go a lot farther than having to color everything in by hand in those tiny little circles. You'll use your gel pens up a lot faster if you're doing one of the first methods, which is gel pen to gel pen. And what's nice about this is that I can go back and I can add gel pen straight on top. When the glycerin is still wet or damp, I can add a blending effect by just adding a little bit more intensity. There you go. There are 3 methods of using gel pens. You can use gel pens with a little bit of water, you can mix gel pens together, and you can use glycerin under, over, and mixed with your gel pens. Now it's your turn. Find your style. Have fun.